Hi, I'm Sachi. I'm a product manager on the Adobe collaboration team. I work on a lot of the collaborative experiences that bring all of our apps together in an ecosystem and kind of just make it feel like you can seamlessly transfer from one app to another.
Hi, I'm Ember. I work in events on Adobe's community team, and it's such a blast. I'm a bit new to the team, so I've been here for 5 months, and I'm also a fresh grad. I finished my master's last year in December, and it's the best company ever to work at.
Hi, my name is Vicky. I am an experienced designer working on Adobe Fresco. I focus on drawing and painting experience for Adobe. And today we have, I think, a lot of students here, and I always love showing students and, people who visit Adobe, showing the culture, sharing a little bit of like what I worked on at Adobe. And I'm also pretty new to Adobe as well. I actually joined Adobe from an internship 2 years ago, and I've been working here since then, and I love what I'm doing.
I had a blast today meeting a lot of students. We had about 15 to 20 students here, and we talked about career, our paths to Adobe, and kind of coming from an unconventional background. So I studied art in college and graduated directly from my undergrad into this product management role. So I think it was just really great to see students taking their career in a more practical lens and coming out to Silicon Valley and meeting different people in industry here. Because one of my biggest tips is what you learn in theory in school is very different than practice, and the best way of learning is really to come out and understand what is the job market like, what are these roles like does being a designer in practice actually inspire or excite you, or what other kind of roles are there. So yeah, it was great.
Today I gave a little office tour to the visiting students, and it was such a pleasure to meet with them. We visited various parts of Adobe's San Francisco campus, including we had a food truck and concert event going on. We went up on the roof and took some videos and photos, and then we headed over to the gym and we went to the meditation room and the nap pod, which was a big hit. And then my desk, and we had some pizza and a Q&A with some of the designers behind Adobe's newest and greatest products.
I think this is a great experience for just everyone to come in here and just learn about what we do. And I highly recommend, I think, this experience because I, recently also a student. So I think talking to people who work in the industry, learning a lot about what they do and what their day-to-day looks like is very important, especially when you're a student and you want to learn more about what job is right for you. So yeah, today is a great day, and I'm really happy that everyone is here.
I think my biggest lesson learned is really harness the power of storytelling. So storytelling with authenticity, and I guess what I mean by that is don't run away from the things that make you and your strengths and your background. So again, studying art, when I first began my job search process, I was so embarrassed that I had very little work experience. I didn't have any technical skills. I didn't know how to code, and I tried to kind of hide the fact that I was kind of came from an art background because I didn't think it would be valuable in industry. But actually, what has ended up getting me the job was my passion for the products, me understanding the user problems, because at the end of the day, I am a creative, and so I can understand the problems that we're trying to solve. And then all those soft skills you learn by the things that you're naturally good at, right? So art school taught me how to communicate through various critiques. It taught me how do you take an idea from inception to actually execution. So I think, my biggest tip is really spend time with storytelling, spend time figuring out what your story is and refining it and getting really good at telling it and leading it with authenticity.
I'm Ember again, and my one piece of advice would be to keep an open mind when you approach your career in terms of what company you'll end up with, where you may live, and what job role you may even have. I never knew that working on a community team at a tech company was an option in terms of career path, and I explored a lot of different things until this popped up, and it's turned out to be an absolute dream job and dream start to my career. So I would encourage everyone to take it one day at a time and really network, explore opportunities, and not get too bogged down if you don't have a plan, because things will always somehow fall into place.
For my advice, what I would say is really trust yourself and really focus on, doing what you love. I think it's really important because, when you're in school, there's a lot of external factor that, making you compare yourself. and think that, you know, you're not doing a great job as you should. But for me, I would say look at your career, look at your passion as like a baby step, and just, you know, create a plan, follow it, and just, you know, focus on the baby step. And that would be my advice.